Ribbon hoarders. Now ask yourself, ever have trouble knowing what you have in bins or boxes or storage? What size ribbon's in there? Do I have enough of that ribbon? Where did I get the print from? Cost of this print per yard? Where is it at? And then ask yourself, what may I do? Well, ladies, gents, and all crafters near and far, I have the beginning of a possible solution, organized via swatch booking. Yes, swatch booking. It has been immensely beneficial to me and a super plus at shows, fairs, trade days, etc. I have my ribbon studio with me for custom orders. My patrons love this. Just a little bit of MRC advice. Well, if you're going to take a custom order, then you need to request a deposit. Deposit will make sure that you don't lose product, thus not losing money. Anyways, without further ado, I'd like to show you all my swatch book, which is, by the way, the best idea I've ever had thus far, saving me time, money, and a huge headache that follows with ribbon hoardism. Okay, one second, let me get that back on my shelves. Let me show you my ribbon. It's a bit much, that's why I had to do this. Oh, am I late? Sorry. Alright, let me get this situated real quick so y'all can see. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, so here is my ribbon swatch book. I decided that I was going to cut 1 to 1.5, maybe 2-3 inches, depending on like the pattern of ribbon. And I decided to put them in a book. Well, this is what I did. This is, what, 1/4 ribbon, so I haven't gotten to that, and it's really not my priority, because I don't use much of it, so ignore that. Alright, here's my 3/8, and I absolutely love this method. I took, like I said, 1 to 1.5 inches of my 3/8, and I took, I believe it's called Aleene's Tack It Over and Over Again. It's like a tacky glue, the kind that they would use on like the backs of stamps for stamping. Anyways, I took them, I put the glue on it. There's a little dot right there. I'm not sure whether you can see it, but I put a little dot there, and then I just kind of stuck them on, in a staggering method, and that's how I got this effect done. I also don't know whether you can see it, but because I have so many, and sometimes it's hard when a customer wants a certain one, so I put little numbers deciphering the rows. And that way I could go row 1, row 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 up for the orange and polka dots. And I did that, and I started doing that for, here's my 3/8, and I had very little 5/8 at the time, so I have a tiny little section. And then I did, I believe this is 7/8. It actually turns out to be a really, really good idea, especially like when you have long prints and you can't normally see them. You actually get to see what it looks like completely before you work with it. By the way, you want to heat seal your ribbons. Don't let them fray like this. I think this one's heat sealed, and the easiest way to heat seal, let me get my lighter. So you take a lighter after you've cut the ribbon, and let me see if I've got one that needs heat sealed. Oh, here's one. And you want to take it and go like that. Children, you're going to need your, or kids, I should say. Sorry, I know y'all don't like to be called children. Kids, you need to ask your parents for help, because this is flame and it is dangerous. But you want to heat seal. And heat seal, and it's like that. I'll show you another one. Here's another print. You just want to go across it. Okay, and that's how you heat seal. But you want to heat seal them, otherwise you're going to have a ton of ribbon frays like this. You see the little things. That's a big no-no, but I was in a rush to do this because it was right before a show, and I really, really wanted to get custom orders. And you can just do it with random prints. I had a lot of, it's funny because at the beginning of the year, I had only solids, and I was able to find quite a few prints that I absolutely adored, or that I thought that my customers would like. So I went from having this in solids to having quite a few prints. And then you can see I did it with all the different sizes of ribbon, and it turned out to be really, really cool. I just need to heat sew them. So this amazing, amazing, amazing idea. And then I also did it. I'll show you a really glimpse. I'll do another video tutorial or whatnot on it later. But I wanted to show you one of the ones that I have that I did for my resins. And this was the idea, because let me tell you, if you have resins or if you have little tiny embellishments that you have a ton of, it gets to be extremely impossible to keep track of what you have, so that you're not sitting there looking through it. You can just sit there and say, okay, I need this, so I need to go to this box, and I'll show you at the end of the video where I keep the resins, so that that would be the reason why I have to do this. But I took them and I made sure that they were flat back. If they had like a shank on them or like a button thing, I actually drilled it or sanded it off, and I'll do a tutorial on that if anybody's interested in it at a later date. But it was really easy. You just want to make sure that you're careful when you do it, because you don't want to get all that stuff in there. You don't want to breathe that stuff in. But I did it for all of my resins. It came out looking absolutely astonishing. My patrons absolutely love it. And so I just do that. And you don't have to stop. Here's actually one. And I do them by themes if I can. But there's one. I have another one. I have another one for others. Like this one's all food related or beverage related. And then some of them I just put together. So a lot of them you're going to see that there's no theme in it. That first book there was, but when I started doing the second one, it was like, I'm tired of it. It becomes tedious if you have a lot of little embellishments, but it is worth it when you want to save time in the long run. But here's my Halloweens, my sports, various stars. I've actually lost a lot of these ones because I have, if I have one or more, I put them in here. So there's some things that I only have one of, and I put them in here, and I end up using it. Well, I got smart, and I started making my own molds so that I can actually use them again. But this was after, of course, this became bare. And then just little Barbie ones and stuff like that. But I love this idea. It is a phenomenal organizing method, so that you don't have to get all your storage bins out, or so you know where everything's at. Another thing that I thought about doing was pricing. While this is just ribbon and you can see the back of it, I think I might eventually have it to where behind the ribbon I put like little sticky notes, or even like taped paper on the back of the ribbon stating where I got it from, how much per yard it was, and how much I have left. It's important. If I have less than a yard of a certain ribbon, I take the swatch out, because I don't want to offer something I don't have, and that's the easiest way for me to do it. I always guarantee 1 yard in here. And then if I have more than 1 yard, that's wonderful. But if I have less than 1 yard, then there's chances are going to be an issue that I can't finish that bow or promise that bow out. So if I have less than a yard, I take it out of the swatch book and I put it in a different one, a tiny one that I have for either reordering or close out, destash, or whatnot. So that's the idea, to try to keep a little bit organized. And then, as promised, let me show y'all. I gotta take off my camcorder off this. Let me show y'all why I have to have a resin book. It's pretty bad. This. Oops, let me get the light. This is resins and some bottle cap images and stuff like that. And that's why I have to make it simple for me, because otherwise it's a huge mess that I have to go through. And while it's organized, it is extremely hard when you know what you need to take everything down if it's in the middle or at the bottom of that. So just make life simpler, organize, and make it essentially like a cheat sheet for knowing where it's at and what you have. So as I show y'all that, I'm going to let you know that this is the first video that I'm launching. I intend to do one every Sunday if possible, and if I can get 50 shares on this video, this particular video, I will be doing a giveaway for 100 yards. It'll be a mix, probably between my 3/8 ribbon and the other textiles of ribbon I have up there. So once again, if you feel the desire to share it for me to help launch my first video, that would be wonderful. The name on Facebook is Momma Rachaella's Closet. It is a bit of a hard one. I'll try to put the link below, but make sure that you do comment on anything you'd like to see us do, like tutorials of, or any questions you have organizing wise, or so forth. So essentially, as an exit, I'd like to say happy ribbon hoarding, y'all. Designer Rachael out.